who's out? Right, this is the thing. If we bring in another manager, what are we to say that manager doesn't drop in the league, and then we all go, oh, we should have kept Arteta. Like,
aren't we a small team though? We were 16th. You should be beating teams bottom half of the table
well,
on Sunday, and it's going to be big. The atmosphere is going to change from what it has been. 100%. New manager, and I do not see a performance like we did against you at your place.
Be doing.
Yeah,
and apparently the players just got sick of him about talking about Arsenal all the time.
He's a silver member, isn't he? We know.
I am going to go for, and I'm going to say this with chest. I'm going to go.
Oh my God! He always let Arsenal win, doesn't he? Oh, God's sake!
You Gunners, go on, you Gunners.
Up the Spurs.
TG, man, that shit go crazy.
Took my time and got it right.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're watching around the world. This is One Way Football's one-on-one fan talk, and today is the big one. We're talking about the biggest game in North London, the derby, the rivalry, the chaos, Arsenal versus Tottenham. This isn't just a football match. This is pride, bragging rights, pure hate for 90 minutes. And I'm joined here today with the one and only Johnny and his beloved son, Harry. Harry, back on the show. It's been a long time, Harry. We've gone missing for a bit. You've not been in that cave, have you? Hey? Since you won that trophy and you were throwing the medal in my face and that, I've not really seen you much.
Yeah.
Are you okay, Harry? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right.
Yeah, you excited for Sunday?
Hopefully you win.
Well, let's see. We're going to get into it because this game means absolutely everything to the fans, as we know. And a win, and your fans are buzzing for the week. And the loss, well, you don't hear the end of it for a week. So, yeah. And honestly, this could define the season for Arsenal. But also at the other end of the table, you're in a position where you've got a new manager. You could get a new manager bounce off of this. You need to start putting some wins together because West Ham are probably looking to get on your tail a little bit. And this is a big one for both teams, I think, to define both seasons. Johnny, what's your thoughts on this one? Because I know we've just come off the back of a draw against Wolves, and you're probably delighted to see that anyway, being a Tottenham fan that you are. But I was thinking the last time we did a video with Arsenal Tottenham, right? Arsenal had just drawn to Sunderland, and coming into December, City were only 2 points behind us. And I think it was the Newcastle game, and they slipped up on the Newcastle game, and it's kind of basically the same kind of thing going on at the moment now.
Yeah, I think a lot has changed in 2 weeks since we last spoke, really, because obviously you've come off the back of a defeat to Man United and 2 draws, Brentford and Wolves. We were expected to win those games. Tottenham have got rid of Thomas Frank, which we discussed last time. It's the right decision. And I think now we don't know this Igor Tudor. We no idea, but we have to get behind him.
Where did he manage? Was it
Juventus he was a player at Juventus. He managed them a couple of times, Verona and Lazio, and in Croatia. But I to be honest with you, as long as they show a bit of fight and character on Sunday, which I think we will, I think it'll be quite a tight game because you're not going to go out there and want to lose, are you? After last night, and I think it's certainly now it's a bit spicier now, especially with your back-to-back draws that you've had. And
well, this is what I think is making it more interesting because now I, as an Arsenal fan, I'm expecting us to go full blown out and just and go on the front foot from the start because Arsenal tend to do this. Arsenal, they obviously coming off the back of that loss against United, they went and beat Sunderland. And then they went and beat Leeds and absolutely pulverised both of them. I mean, Sunderland was like a bit of Yeah, we got it over the line. But Sunderland did put a good fight in. The only thing that we've got to look forward to is that the amount of injuries that Tottenham have got, because you haven't got the same team as when you played us last time.
No, so I looked at listened to Arteta's. sorry about my throat. Apologies. I listening to Arteta's interview last night. He goes a perfect time now because we've got Tottenham away on Sunday. I actually disagree with that. I think it's the worst possible game you could have now. You'd rather have West Ham away, or let's be honest, you don't really need this hassle of Tottenham now, regardless of how.
Because we seem to struggle against these smaller teams. It's
Well, aren't we a small team though? We were 16th. You should be beating teams bottom half of the table.
Well, we're saying that, and then look at Wolves being 2-0 up.
That's what I'm saying. So my point is this: I think he's a lot tastier now at the back of it, and I think as Spurs fans, you've got more to lose than we have, really, because even if we get beat by you, we still got a chance. I think we're going to be safe anyway, with the run of games we've got. But you've got more to lose than we have. So I think it's going to be a lot tasty. I actually think, and we'll probably predict later, I think it'll probably be a draw, which is no good for you.
At this stage, right, I was speaking to my manager in work, right, and he's a big United fan. And he was saying, like, I couldn't think of anything worse than seeing City win it again. And obviously, you've been a Spurs fan, you couldn't think of anything worse than Arsenal win again. But he said it's not over yet, because I came into work and went, I think that's done now. I think they're going to catch us up. We were in the same position in 2023 to 2024, and there were only 2 points behind us on the 19th of February. We know how that ended. It went to the last game of the season. He ended up 5 points clear. Do you know what I mean? At the final game of the season.
Yeah.
And he said, "Well, no." Think City aren't the same as the old. They've still got a few, I think, slip ups to happen as well. It's not just over just yet. He said you've got to get through your 2 toughest games right now, and that is Tottenham and Chelsea back to back.
Well, this is it. And
we was in this position when we was 2 points ahead of them in December, and it was coming up to December, and we had exactly the same scenario. We had you, and then we had Chelsea again back to back. Now we know the story how it ended against you at our ground, and then the Chelsea one, they kind of made us look like fools because they had 10
draw, wasn't it? Chelsea game.
It was a draw where they had 10 men on the pitch, didn't they?
Yeah. Look, as a Tottenham fan, we only care about what we do on Sunday, and it's going to be big. The atmosphere is going to change from what it has been, 100%. New manager, and I do not see a performance like we did against you at your place, because that was just uncalled for. We had that chat. It was a terrible performance.
Yeah.
And you deserve to beat us 4-1 that day. It won't be 4-1 this time, 100%. Yeah. I don't think so. If you said to me take a draw now, yeah, I probably would. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the form that we're on as well, I'd probably be, if we're going on form, I would say I would take a draw as well, because we haven't been that great either. I think there are cracks now showing in Arsenal, and teams are starting to suss it out. Rather than trying to walk the ball in, take a shot outside the box, because Ray he's useless in saving. We've seen it with Dogu. We've seen it with yesterday. That was a brilliant goal by Wolves, by the way. We weren't stopping that.
First one, yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the thing is, you've got. I think with this, if you're going to falter in the league, which I think you will, I think it's going to be a knock-on effect for you. Because you think about it, let's say you get beat by City in the cup final, finish second, FA Cup. Now with the FA Cup, your draw is. I mean, you probably if you could pick 3.
Is it fixed? Is it fixed? This is what I
can't say it. Fixed. No, I don't know. It's not fixed. Just the way it is. It's just the way it is. You get lucky sometimes, and you could.
Big embarrassment if they beat us, though, isn't it?
Yeah. So, yeah. Listen, I don't. I'm not nervous for Sunday. I think you're more nervous than we are.
I think we are more nervous. I reckon. Yeah.
A lot of people are expecting us to get beat because of the way we're playing. So if we do, it's not really a major shock. So we've really, it's all pressure's on you.
And like you say, if you can go on to the next game and then kind of salvage it, do you know what I mean, in the next couple of games anyway.
Well, yeah.
Whereas with us, if we lose that, and City are just they've got a game in hand as well. So if we lose against Hughes or we drop points, they beat Newcastle, then they're on our tail, aren't they?
The league's in City's hands now, because if they win all their games, they're champions, because one of the games is you. So if they win all their games now, they're champions. There's nothing you can do about it.
This
I mean,
is what
it's
City
highly
do.
unlikely they're going to win
City
all
do
their
this
games.
anyway, and this is what they never falter and buy in big anyway, and this is what they
Yeah.
do.
It's
But
highly unlikely they will win all their games, but if they do, so it's in their hands because they've got to play you.
Yeah.
So that's the big punch game, I think.
I think you're right as well, because I've talked to a lot of people about the cup final. I think whoever goes to win that is going to just get a bit of an oomph and then go.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
It could go the other way as well. I mean, say if Arsenal win that cup final, City then could go, nah, you know what? We're not letting them have the league now.
Yeah.
You know, it could work like that. You know, you don't know. It's a bit of a tricky one, to be fair.
There's a lot of
Arsenal
games
potentially could face City in all the finals. You never know.
Could do. I can't. I don't. It's a possibility. I don't think it will happen, but I think, to be honest with you, there's a lot of. I mean, Man City have been here before. They've chased and chased, and they've done it. And you've been here before, but I just see history repeating.
Yeah. So the problem I think with Arsenal is the pressure. We can't handle the pressure because we don't know what it's like to win that league. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
exactly.
when it gets to it lands. I think as a mentality thing. But going into this game on Sunday, I think we've got to throw that out the window anyway, because obviously, like we always say, form goes out the window when it comes to the North London derby.
Yeah, exactly.
And on both sides, we've not been great, but it's a North London derby, so you know both sets of teams and fans know what it is going to go into this game anyway. You know, I would like to know what your starting lineup would possibly be, knowing that you've got so many, you know, injuries and that.
Team sort of picks itself at the minute. But really, obviously, we've got no Romero, which is, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing for you, actually, to be honest. But
you know, what's your feeling? Are you happy he's not in it, or?
I think for this kind of game, you need him because he's gonna, you know, he understands it. But then again, you run the risk of a red card with him. So you're like, well, do we? You know, I think sometimes he's probably best out of it, to be honest. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's our best defender with Van der Ven. So Dragusin is no real cover. But I think really we need to really get at you. So I think probably Solanke would start. Richarlison, I think, he's back. So he might start on the bench.
I heard that he was injured, wasn't he?
But he's back. I think he's back. And Udogie, Udogie's a very good player. So I think we just need to wait and see. But I think Richie will start on the bench, might bring him on. Because let's be fair, right? Richarlison, regardless of how, you know, if what you think of him as a footballer, he gets it. It's a bit like Lamella when he was a member at Tottenham, and you know, he's Hauser he did against Arsenal. And I think Richarlison's the same. So he'll get in their faces, he'll roll around, he'll dive on the floor, he'll know what he's doing. So we need that in the team. So I think he might come on at some stage. But yeah, I mean, we've got Gallagher there. It's his first North London derby. So I think they'll be pumped for it.
Gallagher knows what it's like to be in the Premier. He knows what it's like to be in a derby, especially in London anyway. So,
well, he's been at Chelsea, so he gets it. And but yeah, I say it's Igor Tudor. It could be, you know, he could be great or he could be poor. We just don't know.
But anything's got to be better than Frank, surely.
Well, this is it, and it can't be as negative as Frank, to be honest, because that was really bad. And so I think.
I heard that he was in the dressing room constantly just talking about Arsenal. Constantly going on about, you know, this is what you should be more like. This is what you should be doing.
Yeah.
And apparently the players just got sick of him about talking about Arsenal all the time.
Well, he's a silver member, isn't he? We know.
Nobody told you this at the beginning of the season, right? Yeah. You would have left it. No.
It's funny because the guy that handed him the Arsenal Cup has also been sacked.
Yeah, what is going on?
Yeah, it's and to be honest with you, with Tottenham at the minute, that V9 that used to be your director at Arsenal and Johan Lange, they brought this Johnny Heitiger in as an assistant to Frank. So at that time, they must have thought, we're not going to sack him. This was back in October. We were really bad. So I don't think they have a clue what they're doing up there. I think they'll be gone by the end of the season as well, those two. And they'll either sell the club, Enoch, or they'll just get somebody competent to run it. Because at the minute, excuse me, it's a little bit of a mess. And we're in this position now because of what they've done. So let's see if he's the only the only thing I'm a bit
I'd like to
concerned.
say that your ownership has probably done the best thing so far is sack a manager right before a North London derby and get a new manager in straight away.
Well, he should have been sacked a long time ago. I don't think we'll be in this position now. I don't think we'll be that far down.
I think if you'd have left him there any longer, you would have been in a worse position. I think you'd start. There wouldn't be a chat about you being safe in that. I don't think with Thomas Frank.
Yeah, well, if they kept Thomas Frank, I think it would have been game over because he was so negative and he's seeing things that no one else sees.
What is
I
it?
thought we
Chewing
played
gum,
really well.
chewing gum at 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, exactly. Chewing gum like he's breaking his jaw. I mean, he's it came out of a comment I saw earlier on. I don't know where the comment came from, and he said that he came to Tottenham because all they wanted was to win trophies, and I've come in to do something different, and I got sacked for it. So I don't know what they want. Well, what we want is at least some kind of positive football.
Isn't that the aim of the game, to win trophies, though?
Win trophies, but at least a challenge for them, an attempt to win them. If you get beat, you get beat. But I don't. When he first came, he said, "One thing I can assure you is he's going to lose games." Well, he ain't wrong there because he's lost a bloody lot of them. So
Did Ange not have a worse record than him?
Ange was 22 again. He came out of comments again today, and he's saying that it was all on him.
Let's just reflect on Ange actually, because obviously we haven't spoke about the comments that he made, and you've not had a chance. I don't know. I've seen that you got another podcast that you go on, a Tottenham one.
Yes.
Have you mentioned anything about that or?
So so today there was only snippets of he's on the overlap with Gary Neville and Roy Keane, but I think the full episode came out today. So there's a lot more that was said that we didn't know about. So he's come out and said that he sacrificed the league. It was him, all on him. He saw there was 16 points clear of safety at one point. He thought it was enough, and he was enough. And he thought, well, we got knocked out the semi-final of the League Cup by Liverpool, and he went, well, they won a trophy. The only one I can go for is the Europa League. And I went for it and I won it. So I get it. He also said that he shouldn't have gone to Forest. It was too soon. So he's come out with quite a lot of stuff today. Should he have got a third season? There's a lot of Tottenham fans that think he should have done some that do. Then we've got this Pochettino.
And he wasn't like. Let's put it this way: if he's Ange, right, and I'll back this up for Tottenham. Ange is giving off a good little speech and stuff that but he didn't do nothing in the league, so you can't really back it up with anything apart from you won the Europa League and that. That's all he's got. But when it came to the league, how can he give off the position to say what he said? About
so so when Daniel Levy appointed him, he said, "Right, I want you to win a trophy." So he's done his job.
Yeah.
But 22 league defeats.
He didn't do a good job at Forest, did he?
Well, no, he couldn't win a game. So he said it was too soon. So I don't know what went on there. And to work under that owner at Forest is very difficult.
Well, they've gone through 4 managers. That's crazy.
Well, yeah. Mad.
4 managers in one season.
I'm a bit surprised that they've now got this Pereira there who almost relegated Wolves. I'm a bit confused with all of it, to be honest.
Yeah. I
think Sean Dyche was doing a great job. I thought he was doing a really good job there.
Yeah.
With the team he's got. So, but I think they're winning away in Turkey at the minute tonight at Fenerbahce. So they're doing really well.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, they're 2-0 up as we came on here.
But yeah, that was just like new manager bounce. That's all it seems to happen this season, isn't it? New manager bounce. Might happen for Tottenham on Sunday.
Well, let's see. What I will say is, as Spurs, as we go, because we go to games, I think it's a lot more now positive belief going there on Sunday. Whereas if Frank was still there, be like, oh God, here we go. How many are going to lose by? It's going to be toxic, And I just think now, whether we like Igor Tudor or not, we've got to get behind him. We've got to stay up. And the summer.
This is what I mean with the new manager bounce on your behalf, because it's going to be because City play on Saturday. I think the pressure's going to land on Arsenal more. That if they win their game against Newcastle, then the pressure's going to land on Arsenal, and this is what Arsenal needs to stop getting out of their heads. We're going to have to go into that game and forget about where we are in the league and what we're fighting for. We need to just do the job, and this is where it lies to, because Paul Merson came out with a good quote that he said, "I think whoever's going to win this league is going to be playing first, because then you put the pressure on the other side, on the other teams to say, like, City are playing Saturday. It puts pressure on Arsenal."
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, this. And I was thinking about this, and I was going, yeah, because we if it's the other way round, we know that we've got to open the gap a little bit. We kind of do the job a little bit, but when it's the other way round, and City have slipped up, and we happened to Forest, we had a chance to go 9 points clear. We slipped up. You know what I mean? After City had lost.
Yeah, but whether you play before or after, you still got to win those games. I don't.
This is what I mean. I think the mentality of players for Arsenal, it gets to them.
I don't agree with that from Paul Merson. I think you just got to win your games and forget. You really got to forget the teams around you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I understand that as well.
But
there is a couple of things that I think that on Sunday shouldn't happen for us. We shouldn't start Gyökeres because he's. I don't see the point of him being on the pitch really. I think Jesus needs to start. There's so many things that with Gyökeres. I'm sorry, but it's come to a point now where we were all calling for him to come to Arsenal, and now he's here. He's had enough time to settle in, and he hasn't settled in.
I did say to you a year ago when you signed him, or whenever you signed him,
don't think
he's a championship footballer because he's let's be honest, he was at Coventry in that league and he scored goals for fun. He's gone to Sporting Lisbon, and no disrespect to the Portuguese league, but it is like the championship. There's no real fight there. There's no real great dominance.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think you spent a lot of money on not a great player, but I'd rather have Solanke than Gyökeres, I'll be honest.
Well, I think in January they should have put the money down and got Alvarez, because I know they were looking at it. That could have potentially been a change in the league for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'll talk about the player you stole off us, Eze, because
he's another one. He's not turning up, is he?
He scored a hat trick against Tottenham, and then there's been nothing since.
Nothing else. No, he's
apart from Wigan.
He's ghosted after that. You watch. You'll probably start him tomorrow on Sunday. And he'll score against us.
Yeah, but I look at it and I just think
we obviously got these players because we needed depth, and this was the thing that we needed was depth.
And you've got depth.
I think we've not really looked into it, and we've rushed into buying players.
Well, yeah, I mean, you've got near enough two teams there, haven't you? You don't get that many injuries. We get loads. So, I mean, if we had Madison and Kulusevski, I don't think we'll be in the position we're in now, to be honest. Bentancur's injured. You've had Papsar away. We've had Richarlison out. These are all big players. These are all, I think Xavi Simons on Sunday will turn up. I've just seen glimpses of him where he can turn a game. So I'm hoping he can do something in the middle on Sunday. I really do. He blows hot and cold, but the last few games he's been really good. So I'm hoping, he will turn up. And I just, do you know what I want? I want a nice cut and thrust game. I want tackles to be flying in. Yep. I want people grabbing each other. Yeah, people grab yellow cards here and there, penalty appeals.
So I just want to talk about your run of form right at the moment, because obviously we've had a bad run and you've had a bad run. Yeah. You lost against Newcastle and you lost against Man United. You done us a favour, but also the tables could be reversed on Sunday and you could do City a favour. Yeah. Basically, it's like kind of in Tottenham's hands at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, you drew against them. It was a good point, and then you drew against Burnley as well. So this was obviously all in the space of Thomas Frank still being there. So this is why having a new manager is crucial at the moment. You guys to try and switch this around a little bit. Yeah. I mean, it's probably a bit of a tough game to come into. I remember when Andrew was appointed, and I think his first game was against Arsenal. I'm sure it was.
Possibly.
Yeah, I'm sure when he came in, it was against Arsenal. No, sorry. I'm thinking of when he came to Forest. He came to Forest. His first game was against Arsenal. Yeah. I don't know what the first game. Well, the first game for Frank was. Well, obviously, it was the pre-season game, wasn't it?
Well, PSG in the Super Cup final was the first real game.
Didn't you play us in the Hong Kong final?
Beat you 1-0 there. Yeah. I mean, that means nothing. I told you all that means nothing. But yeah, look, at the end of the day, Sunday's big for both teams, and I don't think both teams are going to want to lose this. So that's why I think it'll be a draw. And if you can't win it, don't lose it, kind of thing. And I think we'll be happy with a point than you would. So it's
look, it's it all for us. It all depends on what happens on Saturday with City.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a different game for us if City win, because Arteta's going to drill it into their heads, going, "So you need to go out and win this game. You have to."
Do you think if City don't win on Saturday, say they draw, do you think it will change the way you approach the game on Sunday?
Yeah, I do think it will. I think things with Arsenal at the moment is we always kind of rely on results around us, and this goes back to what we said again with we need to stop worrying about what other teams are doing and concentrating on ourselves and getting the job done. And this is what we tend to do. Going up like 2-0 in the first half against Wolves and then absolutely blowing it in the second. So that could be a case of if City drop points, then we could go out and have a great first half with you, and in the second half you could equalise, or do you know what I mean? And it's a bit of a weird one. I think sometimes when Arteta plays this kind of weird style of play where he if he's up on the front foot and we're right, put it to bed now, he doesn't. He then tries to park the bus and sit back. And it's frustrating to see, because we should be like I said it. I said it yesterday. I said that Trossard is an absolute cheat. Should hang his head in shame, because rolling around the floor, holding onto his ears and stuff like that. And I said it on my live, right? I said it on my live on TikTok. I said, "You watch." I was doing a TikTok with another Arsenal fan. I said, "You watch. It's going to bite us in the bum now." I said, "He's rolling around trying to time waste, and we're gonna get caught out now." And we did exactly how I put it. Exactly how I put it.
Well, I have to say that when you do blow the league, and I think you won't win it, but hoping you don't win it, that you look back on that night as one of the most disastrous nights in Arteta's reign, because that.
I don't think. Do you know what though? I don't actually think that we've been that great all season. I think other teams around us have been poor. I think we've actually scraped results out of things.
Yeah.
We've not been amazing.
When you beat Wolves at home, it was 2 own goals, wasn't it?
They scored all the goals.
That's what I'm saying. How many own goals have you had
30
for you?
own goals or something like that.
Well, this is what I'm saying. So you've had a lot. I mean, Tottenham had a few as well, but and like I say, if you scrape results, that's fine. But you've had a couple of dominant performances. I think Leeds was one of them.
I do have to say this though. If we don't win the league this season, I can't see us going on another stretch to try and challenge again. I don't think there'll be another team in the league that will challenge City again for a long time. We're going to slowly start to change into a Farmers League, I'm afraid, if City go on this run.
Do you if you finish second, let's say you win the FA Cup, do you still keep him there?
Yeah, we have to. Who's out? Who's out? Right, this is the thing. If we bring in another manager, what are we to say that manager doesn't drop in the league, and then we all go, "Oh, we should have kept Arteta."
How many times are you going to finish second?
Well, this is it. But
when we
had Arsene Wenger, and we were finishing fourth every season. Was it?
Yeah, fourth and third, and you got Champions League. The problem is, like I said before, no pedigree in Europe for you. Don't win. You don't do anything in Europe. You might get to the quarter.
This is another thing. But
you've been to one final.
Without Arsenal at the moment, we'd be a Farmers League, and there wouldn't be any excitement or any interest in what's going on, because there wouldn't be a challenge, really, would there? I mean, it's just
Villa are up there, aren't they?
Not really. I mean, they're just as poor. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're but there was like a time where they were like on same points as City, but you can see they're slowly dropping off a bit now.
Yeah,
that's gonna, at the end of the season is going to be quite interesting, because it's Villa City there at the end, right at the end of the season.
I think we're done and dusted by then.
Well, this is my manager said this. He said 3 games, like by that time he thinks it'll be done. But he said it all goes down to when we play them in the final, and he thinks it will also come down to when we play them at Etihad.
Of course, but you don't know what the gap will be by the time you get there.
Well, this is it. Yeah, it's like you say, we've got to do our business, and
look, it's he's right. It's not done yet. There is games to play, of course, but history tells you
Yeah.
that you really Man City now will come like a train and
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, but
Yeah. It's the
they're
only
not
thing
being
we've got to cling on to with City is the fact
yeah,
that half of their team don't know what it means to win
yeah.
the title.
Pep
The only
does.
thing is the manager does. So
Pep
he
does.
and you've got
But,
likes of Rodri
yeah,
and that.
but Arteta's won the league with Man City as assistant to Pep, won it
Yeah.
twice. So but
Yeah. Yeah.
he's not really learnt from it, has he? Because
I bet. Don't get me wrong. I think Arteta's done okay, like keeping us. I mean, you got to think when he came into the league, we were finishing 8th and 7th every like most seasons.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it's a big step. He's had to get a lot of you think of some of the players that we had when you were like battering us, and we had Guendouzi, Mustafi,
yeah,
David Luiz. It was a horrible team, you
yeah,
know, and I think the only good player in that side that we used to have that actually challenged Harry Kane at that time for the Golden Boot was Aubameyang.
yeah,
Uh, apart from that, we had a rubbish team. We had a really poor team. It's just he needs to drill these the mentality in these players' heads now. Forget about what you're going for and
yeah,
think about every game as it's a cup final.
yeah.
But we'll see on Sunday because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, this is what it's coming down to. If you do manage to get something, I think it's over. If you do, and you could be the destruction of our league, which would
Yeah,
be absolutely over the moon.
he's proper up for it, isn't he?
Yeah.
So look, we are running out of time, so let's get some predictions off you lads.
Hey.
I know we're going to try not to be too biased,
Okay.
but
Harry,
let's start with you, Harry. What score are you going for?
I've said this to other people. 2-2.
Okay, that's a reasonable, I think, for a Tottenham fan at the moment. 2-2.
Yeah, I don't think he's far off. I wouldn't rule out a 0-0 here. To be honest, it could be one of them games where none of you really going to lose. There might be a couple of tackles, but I'm going to go for a draw. I'll go 1-1. Don't rule out a goalless draw. It wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, I'll take a draw. Head says win, but I'll take a draw. You?
Oh, this is so. Oh, my nerves are kicking in. This is what goes. It reflects on the players, I think, on the pitch. I am going to go for, and I'm going to say this with chest. I'm going to go for 2-1 Arsenal.
Here we go.
Oh my God. You always let Arsenal win, don't they? Oh, God's sake.
I don't even remember what I said last time, but I think I was well off.
Again.
He's fuming. He's fuming.
You might be even more fuming, son, on Monday.
Well,
No, but look, like you said, I would be happy with your results. I think because of form, but I do think we're going to go there and do the job. I think after these two results and what relies on what we have to do, I think we are gonna do it.
So you're going to be favourites going into the game anyway. We if we lose, it's not really a massive shock for Tottenham.
Yeah,
but
like you say, I don't think it's going to be as bad as what it was at the Emirates.
no,
I think it's going to be
it
closer.
better not be. It better not be because that was unacceptable.
Yeah,
and
but
the game
even
at
if
home
it is, Johnny, you have to remember you've got a lot of injuries.
Oh, we have, but you don't mind. You can get the injuries, but you want to put in a fight, a bit of a performance. And even if you get beat 4-1, 5-1, and you've tried, but at the Emirates, that was the worst I've seen Tottenham play at your place in a long time, and you deserved it. We were so bad.
Yeah.
But it won't be the same. It won't be the same this time. I'm fingers crossed it won't be. I'm hoping it won't anyway. So
right, okay. Well, lads, this is all we got time for. So, look, thank you for coming on the show. Enjoy the game on Sunday. Are you going to the game?
Yes,
Yes.
yeah, of course.
Yeah, going to the game. Oh, that should be good for you. That should be good.
Yeah. We're showing up early.
I hope you don't lose by many. But but look, listen, lads. Thank you very much for coming on the show. Always a pleasure to have you on. Enjoy the game on Sunday, and we shall see you
Sure.
for another video, and we'll have another update on with these lads very soon. We'll give them a bit of a rest after Sunday. But come on, you Gunners! Come on, you
Up the
Gunners!
Up the
Spurs.
Spurs.
See you later. Bye.
Cheers, lads. Take care.
Bye.